Forget everything you think you know about pirates. Award-winning author Eric J. Dolin unfurls the true tale in Black Flags, Blue Waters, a novel-like historical account that hits close to Dolin's own home, Marblehead.
This is Little Harbor. This was the main harbor for Marblehead in the late 1600s. Ships like the Charles, the one that later became a pirate ship, would go off on their adventure, and then they came back here in the summer of 1704, and soon thereafter were captured, and a number of them were hanged.
How much research did it take, and where did you go for that?
Fortunately, the golden age of piracy took place right when they started to publish trial transcripts. The center of that activity was Boston, with the Boston Newsletter that started coming out in April of 1704. So one of the most exciting stories you could possibly read about is of a pirate attacking ships along your very own coast.
Dolin says there was a time when the colonies welcomed pirates and their treasure-laden ships.
We were on the edge of empire. England didn't treat us very well. They starved us of currency. And now these pirates come back from the Indian Ocean loaded with coins, with jewels, with silk, all the things that the American colonists wanted. Pirates were not hated, were not loathed by the colonies, but were welcomed with open arms.
That changed after 1700, when pirates began to ply the waters of the Atlantic.
Now these pirates, who were largely operating out of the Caribbean, they were coming up the coast and they were attacking American shipping, English shipping. They were stealing money from the colonists. The colonists didn't like that, so they teamed up with the mother country. They were both on the same side, and they were fighting the pirates. And if you look at the broader Atlantic, there were more than 400 pirates that were hanged during this period.
Among them, John Quelch, captain of the brigantine Charles.
There was this amazing trial in downtown Boston, and about 6 of them in the end were hanged at the edge of Boston Harbor, right down the hill from Copp's Hill Burial Ground. And after they were hanged, they were rowed out to Nix's Mate in the middle of Boston Harbor. Today is just a square granite island with a navigational beacon.
The first authenticated pirate ship and treasure ever found, says Dolin, is on display at the Witta Museum in Wellfleet. Treasure that was buried for 267 years until discovered by Barry Clifford.
The book is so thoroughly researched. Was there something that stood out to you, that surprised you in your research?
The fact that prior to 1700, piracy in effect was one way that the colonies could sort of stick it to the man. The man in this case happened to be England. Some of that rebellious character that we see in the American Revolution perhaps had its origins in what the pirates were doing in the 1600s.
They belonged to the greatest generation, answering the call to serve during World War II. But their particular story slipped under the radar. Now in a new novel by local author Jane Healy, the mission of the Red Cross Clubmobile Girls comes to life.
Thank you to the Plymouth Public Library for inviting me.
The Beantown Girls follows a trio of Boston friends as they leave life on the home front to work on the front lines.
I really am passionate about lesser-known stories of women in history. And I came across this picture of these 4 women standing in a field, and it said, you know, somewhere in the UK, 1944, Red Cross Clubmobile Girls. And my first thought was, what's a clubmobile? And then what's a clubmobile girl? Who are these women?
Healy's curiosity led her to Harvard's Schlesinger Library on the history of women in America.
They actually had 13 boxes of diaries and letters and ration cards. They even had one of the uniforms. And as a researcher and writer, it was like hitting the lottery. Those letters and diaries really helped me shape the narrative that became the Beantown Girls. This is Dottie with the signature red glasses, and that's Fiona. The story is told from her perspective, and then Viv, the third best friend of the group.
Clubmobiles were military vehicles converted into food trucks with donut machines.
The Red Cross thought that they wanted to serve something that felt like America, felt like home to the soldiers, and they thought that donuts and coffee were the perfect thing.
Healy discovered her literary voice for historical fiction when she wrote an article about the Saturday Evening Girls Club and their now highly sought-after pottery.
So my first novel was the Saturday Evening Girls Club, and it's based on the true story of a group of Jewish and Italian immigrant women in Boston's North End at the turn of the 20th century. They were entrepreneurial, they were forward-thinking. Their story just fascinated me.
And now The Beantown Girls, a portrait of women caught up in the chaos of war.
It was really important for me to write about these women in the context of the time and place and get it right. Their interactions with men, their opportunities professionally, even little things like slang and the way that they communicate with each other. I always get the, I've never heard of these women before. I didn't even know this program existed. And that was really what drew me to the story. It's part of women's history that's been forgotten in a lot of ways.